Bwana Rigiji, saizi unajua vizuri baba anaenda AU. Anaenda kuwa AU chairperson. Na baba akienda, anawacha babu.
Some you are given some position, you have not even delivered. We look at you, we wonder whether you merited it. And you're telling us you can be party leader of ODM. Who told you there's a vacuum in ODM? I almost said there is no jumping queue in ODM.
Yes, for a very long time, the talk of transitional politics from within the ODM has taken center stage. Ever since Raila Odinga came out and announced that he's going to run for the AU chairmanship, very many people have shown interest. Among those people who have shown interest to take over from Raila Odinga include Joho, Oparanya, BABU, OWINO, and some and many more. And I've realized that ODM will be taken over by a person from Nyanza because it is where its roots are. At least Nyanza has one biggest, strongest party. It is like Ford Kenya. Ford Kenya had its root in Western. That's why it was taken over by people from the Western. A battle has erupted between John MBADI and BABU, OWINO on who is supposed to control Nyanza region and ascend to the leadership of the ODM. And in this episode, I've come to talk about the battle between John MBADI and BABU, OWINO, what it means for Kenyan politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of Kenya. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to.
Bwana Rigiji, saizi unajua vizuri baba anaenda AU. Anaenda kuwa AU chairperson. Na baba akienda, anawacha babu. Kwa hivyo, Bwana Rigiji, mjichunge sana hapo 2027 tunakujia hizo viti.
First of all, among the people who have come out to show interest of inheriting Baba's support is a strong youth MP, BABU, OWINO. And trust me, BABU, OWINO has a great future if he handles himself very well. If he reduces on drugs, he will indeed inherit Baba's support. Among the people who have not taken it lightly is John MBADI. And I've come to dig into this beef which is between John MBADI and BABU, OWINO, because it is not the first time John MBADI is coming out to fight BABU, OWINO because they see BABU, OWINO as a full threat. Before I talk on the beef between John MBADI and BABU, OWINO, let me first give you the tape when John MBADI was speaking about this. Here's the tape.
Listen, you know there's a debate that has been going on around succession politics in ODM. But I want to put it very, very clearly. ODM is a well-organized and structured party with a party leader known as Raila Amolo Odinga. It has two deputies, Asanjo Wycliffe Oparanya, and it has a chairman, John MBADI. There is no vacuum in ODM. You cannot start talking about succession of someone who is still in office. And if Raila becomes the AUC chair, and we want to pray that he gets that position, because that position is very key. First, the election is next year, February. It is premature, it is immoral, and it is disrespectful to start talking about replacing Raila. Some people are talking about replacing Raila. You look at them, you wonder if they can really lead party called ODM. You know, there is one thing, you can be called party leader, leading nobody. Leading a party is not a joke. Let us be serious. Some of you are given some position, you have not even delivered. We look at you, we wonder whether you merited it. Then you're telling us you can be party leader of ODM. Who told you there's a vacuum in ODM? I almost said there's no jumping queue in ODM.
That is John MBADI. You clearly see the hate John MBADI harbors when he's speaking about inheritance of Raila Amolo Odinga. Because in politics, you should not wait for someone to go, the person who you are going to inherit to go so that you can fight for inheritance. So what BABU OWINO is doing the right thing. Let me take you down the memory lane. People used to talk about William Ruto that he jumped a queue, that he didn't wait his boss to go.
Miaka hairudi nyuma, nilikuwa naambia viongozi hawa wa Kisii siku nyingine walikuja kunitembelea. Race hii ni ile ya kuhandover, unajua? Si ndio? Inaitwa relay. Unakimbia ule mwingine anakugojea pale, anatakikana kukugojea ndio ashike aendelee, si ndio? Lakini sasa my brother William hapa amepinduka, anakimbia nyuma.
That he would have waited. But he was futuristic until he won the 2022 general election. Raila Amolo Odinga himself didn't wait for his dad to go. He started running for president. He started agitating. He formed his own party, LDP, and he inherited his father's support. This is what BABU OWINO is doing. By John MBADI coming out to say that BABU OWINO should not jump a queue is a sign of a coward. Remember, John MBADI in 2022 didn't run in an election. He was given a position courtesy of the ODM in parliament. After being given that position in parliament, he even wanted to be a majority leader. Such a coward. And the position was given to Opiyo Wandayi. In fact, I see John MBADI as not loyal, because when the position was given to Opiyo Wandayi, he first withdrew his support from Baba for a certain period of time. And now he's coming back, yet he was given a seat of being a member of parliament without contesting in an election. So he's the one coming out to attack BABU OWINO for wanting to succeed Baba. Okay? And for me, I think I see hate. Do you know that even when they are giving out committees, BABU OWINO was supposed to get a committee. It was given to John MBADI by Junet Mohammed. You clearly see that there are some people who call themselves senior leaders within the ODM who dislike ambitious people like BABU OWINO, because BABU OWINO is ambitious. BABU OWINO has an advantage of being elected in Nairobi. Nairobi is cosmopolitan. A person who can be elected in Nairobi can be elected anywhere. The reason as to why Raila Amolo Odinga appealed for all Kenyans is because of background being elected in Nairobi. Nairobi has very many tribes. People like John MBADI, no one knows them away from Suba and maybe Migori or anything. But BABU OWINO is known internationally. BABU OWINO has more books. BABU OWINO is liked by all the youths. So by MBADI coming out to say this nonsense is jealousy. In fact, I would prefer that when Raila Amolo Odinga goes, that thing should go straight to the youth. And that is BABU OWINO, because it's the future. Okay? To make my point more clearer, do you know that when Jaramogi Odinga went, it shifted to Raila Amolo Odinga, a more youthful person. When Kibaki went, it shifted to a more youthful person who was Uhuru Kenyatta. So, when Raila Amolo Odinga is going, John MBADI is making 60-something years. It should be shifted to BABU OWINO, who has chances, who has the agility, who has the future for the Luo nation. Because he's even moving around. John MBADI is waiting for Baba to go. So on this one, I support BABU OWINO 100%. To continue fighting to take over the support of Raila Amolo Odinga. BABU OWINO should not fear these old men. Okay? But MBADI is a person who's oblivion of the fact that BABU OWINO cannot take over Raila's support. BABU OWINO must be told. John MBADI must be told off. BABU OWINO, an old person fighting a young parliamentarian. Okay? BABU OWINO is more known, has more followers, has everything more than John MBADI. John MBADI must sit himself down. If indeed he wants to take over from Raila, he must run against Babu OWINO to see who will win, and I'm sure as day follows night, Babu OWINO will win. Even if you go an online survey to vote between MBADI and Babu OWINO, you will see. So the succession politics of Raila Amolo Odinga is on the way, because Raila Amolo Odinga does not have so many years in Kenyan politics. He's going to make 80 this year. And remember, and remember, a person of 80 in our African setting is a person who has lived in his bonus years. So it means that in 10 years to come, or 15 years, or even 5 years, Raila Amolo Odinga may be no more. So the Luos will stand behind someone who doesn't fear, who's ambitious, who knows what he wants, and that person is Babu OWINO, not John MBADI. Of course, that's my opinion. Drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.